What's up? What's up? What's up? It's your boy OG. OG 24/7 365 coming live to you on Haps. We're going to talk a little wrestling, y'all. Just a little bit. It's been a lot going on the last couple weeks. Now, a disclaimer, I follow more WWE than AEW and TNA. But in the times to come, in the future, I will be talking more about them because I will have some co-hosts here soon. I'm drinking this Topo Chico water. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's a flavored sparkling water. It's a Texas thing, and it's pretty doggone good. I like it. It's kind of similar to with the water that start with a P, Puree or Pierre, whatever it's called. But anyway, let's jump into this thing. We got a lot to talk about. We got to talk about some topics. Soldier Boy, Randy Orton, Ali and Riddle, Apollo Cruz, THB, the Hurt Business, Jackson Baszler, Charlotte Flair, Bianca Belair, the Boss, Sasha Banks. In case y'all didn't know, that's one of my favorites there. Rhea Ripley, maybe Damian Priest and Bad Bunny, Alexa Bliss, Randy Orton, and the Devil. The music is not mine in the background, but I just got some background music playing because I love music. I used to be a DJ, so I love music. Braun Strowman, we might talk about. Adam Pearce now, we won't talk about him. I just think that's a waste of time. And also Shane McMahon, Shane O'Mac. I think he's bringing some life back to Raw. So we'll talk about him a little bit. To me, I would give Raw this week, despite Lashley winning the title, I would give Raw this week maybe a C, C plus at the most. Too much dead space. That long match between Damian Priest and Elias, that angle, I match was way too long. It took about 30 minutes. But I read why they did it because Bad Bunny has a YouTube presence and they want to attract more Latinos. So I understand why they did it, but the match was just too doggone long. And all Bad Bunny was just doing there was just standing there. Let him mix it up on the outside with Striker or Riker, whatever his name is. Let him do something instead of just standing with the belt around his neck. Could have had the people come chasing the 24/7 title or something throwing into the mix. Didn't understand that too much. SmackDown a little bit. Apollo Cruz. I like his heel turn. I've been telling my friends a long time that Apollo Cruz needs to turn heel to get some credibility. And he finally did, and I like the way he did it. Went back to his roots, talking about his Nigerian roots and how, Nigerian people are like kings, like royalty. So, and they take care of business. So that's what Apollo Cruz is doing now. He's taking care of business. Put Big E on the show, which I was getting tired of Big E anyway. Big E needs to get more serious. But we here, talking about some real vibes. Kind of getting tired of the Roman Reigns always opening up the show. I love Roman Reigns. I love what they do. I love Jey Uso and Paul Heyman, but they don't always have somebody else open up the show. Make it fresh. Every week we know who's gonna open up both shows, Raw or SmackDown. So let's make this thing fresh. Get some more people involved in your storylines, your character lines. Get some more people opening the show. Open the show with a match for once. How about that? Why can't we just go straight to a match, a high profile match? Open the show with a match. Set up something like that. Don't always have to be this long, drawn out promo. 15, 20 minutes, somebody just talking. No. Seth Rollins, get him off TV. I don't even know. He's not even on my paper to talk about. But one thing before we get to Bobby Lashley, this is my show. I don't want to be too long on the show, probably about 30 minutes. Let's talk about the women's division real quick. SmackDown and Raw. It's getting kind of interesting. There's a lot that they can do. You have the women's champion, the Raw champion, Asuka. And then you have the SmackDown champion, Sasha Banks. And we know who she's going to face at WrestleMania. She's going to face the EST. Yes, the EST, Bianca Belair. So we're going to see how that turns out, if they're going to swap titles or not. Maybe, maybe not. I don't think it's quite time to take the belt off of Sasha. But If so, losing it to Bianca Belair will not be bad because she's fresh talent, and people like her. It'd be good to watch her. But it's time for Asuka to drop the belt. But who does Asuka drop the belt to? Charlotte Flair is making it was set up to be Lacey Evans. I truly believe that. And that would have been great. But Lacey had to go get pregnant on us, so now we don't get to see her on TV. But now you got Charlotte wanting to go for the title. And then Nia Jackson Baszler also. I'm against this two-belt thing. Kind of tired of that, especially with the women. Started with Becky Lynch, she had 2 belts. Bayley had 2 belts. Sasha had 2 belts. Asuka had 2 belts. When they're gonna stop it? Let the tag teams be the tag teams. If you're in here, you're live, holler at me, say something. I got one person, I think, got some people coming in from YouTube. I need y'all to sign up on HAP so we can have a serious conversation. Yes. What else? Who else do I need to talk about? Jackson Baszler, dominant tag team, and keep them dominant. Every now and again they can suffer a loss, especially like individually, and that's what they did. Setting up Charlotte wasn't bad. That's a dominant tag team, and allow them to show their dominance. They really had no challenges, to tell you the truth. I think the only true bona fide challenges would be Tamina and what's that girl named Natty. Tamina and Natty would be some bona fide challengers. I like they're tough, they're old school. Should they get the belts? It's time for Tamina to get some love, pay-per-view or 2, and then lose it back to Jackson Baszler, or they can lose it to another fresh tag team, not the Riot Squad. The Riot Squad is a joke now, but it could be Dana Brooke and Mandy Rose. Yeah, that could be a good one. Dana Brooke and it's Mandy Rose because Liv Morgan is with I get Liv and Mandy mixed up, so that'd be good. Charlotte is Charlotte, so we already know that. Will she be? No, she faced Asuka, she'll probably win. But because Charlotte is Charlotte. But here is who I would like to see facing for that Raw Championship. They could make it a triple threat. It could be Asuka, Charlotte Flair, and Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley will bring some credibility to that division. It brings some freshness to that division. It brings some freshness to the Raw women. Rhea Ripley is an awesome talent. Let her come in. Her and Flair already has some history. So, whoever who wins that belt from Asuka, the next person will be the number 1 contender. So if it's Charlotte wins, Rhea Ripley will be the number 1 contender. If Rhea Ripley wins, Charlotte will be the number 1 contender. And let them battle it out, man. Fastlane is coming up. I don't know how they're going to set it up. I really don't care about those pay-per-views in the middle like Fastlane and like the Elimination Chamber. Just build up to WrestleMania. They could build up to WrestleMania without Fastlane being somewhere in the middle. It's 6 weeks away, and you can still be building up. We already talked Apollo Crews. We talked a little bit about the Boss. Love the Boss. Can't say nothing bad about her. We talked about Alexa Bliss. This is crazy, man. This stuff going on with Randy Orton. I'm not a real fan of that dark energy. That's just me, the darkness and the demonic side. I'm not a real fan of that. Here and there, but with, coughing up blood and all that stuff. And seeing the middle of that demonic symbol, I'm not a real big fan of that. I heard that Bray Wyatt was a Christian, so maybe that's why he's not going all the way out, because you notice that he's not part of that right now. But, he may be coming back, and who knows what he's going to do with that and how he's going to do that, go with that angle. But right now, I think they blew their chance with Alexa Bliss being women's champion. Should have happened a few weeks ago. I think it was about 3 weeks ago when she was facing Asuka. That should have happened, and she should have been the champion instead of wasting time with this Randy Orton angle. But speaking of Randy Orton, he called out Soulja Boy because Soulja Boy said wrestling was fake. So they went back to some old school. A lot of wrestlers is jumping on that. And they're like, hey, how do you feel about this? Can you take these bumps and this and that? Rap is fake. And so it's kind of cool. But Maybe they setting up some WrestleMania moment. Maybe they might be doing that, setting up some WrestleMania moment where they can get more hip hop artists in, and Soldier Boy becomes part of an angle, whatever. I'm not a big fan of Soldier Boy. I think who was it? Gerald Briscoe. I saw a tweet by him called the dude a one hit wonder, and said, I'll teach you that wrestling is fake. Let me stretch you a little bit. So that was kind of neat. Old man Gerald Briscoe might show him something. Be kind of cool. So I saw that tweet. But Randy Orton, that's something that they might can build up on. Make a little bit of money off of it. It's all about how you market it anyway. But you know what? Braun Strowman, the Strowman train, the Express train, whatever. They don't know what to do with him. I'm kind of tired of Braun Strowman. Should he be in the title picture? Lashley beat him last week. Beat him clean, beat him convincingly. So that kind of just diminished Braun Strowman's value because they build him up, they bust him down. So what's going on with Strowman? Will he be part in the tag team division? He already had the tag team belts. He had it by himself one time, with that 10-year-old kid. They talked about that Monday night. But I don't want him to see it with a tag team partner like Adam Pearce or something. They beat the Hurt Business for the belt. So they're kind of dumb, too. So they really got to find something to do with Braun Strowman. I said put him in a feud with Shane McMahon at WrestleMania. Put him in a feud with Keith Lee, maybe. Or back to Matt Riddle and get, for the United States Championship. But Matt Riddle got his hands on full right now with Mustafa Ali, or Mustafa, whichever way you want to pronounce it. So in Retribution. So we'll see about that. Lucha House Party and Matt Riddle, it's kind of cool. I like Matt Riddle, bro. I kind of like that. But the Lucha House Party, Lucha, I don't know what they're gonna do with them. I don't see them as tag team championship material because it's too gimmicky for them. So I don't see them beating the Hurt Business. Too small for one. Kind of fun at times. It was kind of fun at times, but maybe it's time for them to go back to 205 Live or go down to NXT and then bring some other people up and get them a shot at some tag team glory. Speaking of tag teams, the Dirty Dogs, those are champions right now over there in SmackDown. Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode looking pretty good. But they still got, to face those. They still got to face the boys though that they won the belts from. Name slipping right now. That's kind of crazy, huh? Street Profits. So we'll see how that goes. Montez Ford is healed now. So maybe they're ready to put the belts back on them. They lost a little fire. I don't mind the Dirty Dogs with the belts for a little while. It's good to have some heels with belts for a little while. But also, you got to have a balance, too, because if you look at it, who got a belt? Some Dirty Dogs. So that's two heels with belts on SmackDown. You got a face with a belt, which is Big E. So then when you go to Raw, Bobby Lashley a heel, the Hurt Business are heels, and then you got Matt Riddle with the belt. So you got to have some kind of balance. That's why I'm glad they gave Riddle that belt and put Lashley back where he belongs in the title, in the championship. But let's get to it. Speaking about Bobby Lashley, long overdue, but I'm going to say this. Wrong timing. Wrong timing. It should have happened 2 years ago. Should have happened a few weeks ago. Him winning that title on Raw versus The Miz, and Miz being cowardly, it kind of just like, this is just me, diminish the value of his dominance. We know Bobby Lashley is dominant. We know he should have had a title shot a long time ago. We know he should have probably won the belt a long time ago. But this is what I'm saying. regardless. Miz weaseled his way out. That's a good heel angle, but heel versus heel. And it was just on Raw, a rush match. There's only like 8 minutes left in the show. So we pretty much knew what was going to happen. And then just the timing. Why not at a pay-per-view? Why couldn't he have won that belt at Elimination Chamber? Why couldn't he have won at the pay-per-view before? Or on a Raw that actually meant something? Build up to the match. So to me, I'm happy for him. I'm glad that he won. I'm glad that the Hurt Business finally getting their due. Now, they're carrying all the gold, but how long? Now, this is the question. Because there's been factions with belts before. Evolution, the Horsemen, several factions had belts before, and they carried them for a minute. How long is WWE going to allow the Hurt Business to carry those titles? Because Benjamin and Seti, they've had the belts for about two months now, maybe 3 months. So how long are you going to allow them to carry the tag belts? But now how long are you going to allow Bobby Lashley to be the champion? Is he going to be champion to WrestleMania? Is he going to come out WrestleMania with the championship? Or is he going to drop it to whoever he's going to be facing? We don't know who he's going to be facing, who his next challenger is. Seems like it may be Braun Strowman, but is that a big draw? We know it's not going to be Edge. Maybe Keith Lee. Maybe Booker T comes out of retirement. Who knows? Maybe Goldberg comes back. But does anybody really want to see that? So who will Lashley's next challenger be? I have no idea. Who's on this level right now? This level of dominance that he's on? I have no idea. So what do you guys think? Let me know. Let me see if I got any comments out here. Nope. So Lashley and Strowman, maybe. Would I want to see it again? I'm not a Strowman fan, but hey, those two big behemoths, and they put on a good match the last time. But Strowman really only got 2 moves. He just runs you over and then he hits you with the power slam, the running power slam. And basically that's it. A good match would be Lashley and Shelton Benjamin. But you don't want to do that. It's too early for that. Way too early for that. So I don't know who is going to be his next challenger. Could it even be the Big Dog later? That would be a colossal matchup, him and the Big Dog. Oh, speaking of the Big Dog, man, I skipped all over Jey Uso. Jey Uso and Daniel Bryan. Jey Uso and Daniel Bryan. That was good. It's going to be a good match come Friday night. And I hope they give Jey Uso his due. I understand that he's just softening up, but allow him to win that match. Give him some credibility. Because I'm a Jey Uso fan. Jimmy, I don't know when he's coming back. Maybe he's coming back for WrestleMania. I know they got something planned as far as that. Speaking of Jimmy, Naomi, she did a squash match. Nia squashed her. Yeah, but it's kind of funny. When Nia wrestles Lana, she has trouble, but she smashes Naomi. Now, Naomi's been a pro bona fide in this sport way longer than Lana. And I think Naomi's more talented in the ring than Lana. But she gets squashed by Jax. Which any woman that size, especially the size of Naomi and Lana, they, rightfully so, they can get a few win. But I think she should have got a little bit more in. She got a few moves in. So WWE could be some bias there, Could be some bias there. Who knows? I don't like getting into that kind of conspiracy type stuff, even though we know it is what it is. And we know we live in America. That's why this song in the background playing by Lecrae, Welcome to America. Love that song. If you don't have that song, download that song. Look him up on YouTube, Lecrae, Welcome to America. That song is awesome. But to my MVP, because it's time. I'm glad that WWE finally has some people that look like me dominating the sport right now. Long overdue. They played the clown role for so long, but now it's time for people of color to be on the map. Haven't been any champions, but it is good to see. And there's a lot of people that's happy right now. So this is me. This is OG. Thank you for coming in. Share this, like me, and do whatever